when one door closes, another opens. And that week I think it was actually in a day, I got 6 sponsorships.
Holy
Like requests,
shoot!
people are like, okay, you put our this like there's this big media company in Australia who are putting me on. And generally, when I have rates for sponsored articles, the companies try to negotiate. But this company, they're like, this is we're happy with this rate. If you want to ever increase it, just give us 2 days notice, and we'll increase your rates on our website, and you'll get all the articles, sponsored articles that you like, and you can do whatever you want. And it's so it was like a very like
Wow.
really it was a new kind of so now it's not just me writing articles. I'm kind of moving into new territory of me being like sponsoring. So like people on Instagram, there was a fitness company that are so they're sending me a water bottle, and I'm going to be posting on my Instagram, and then they are going to pay me per post. And it was something I would have never. So it was my 4-year anniversary last week, and I remember I used to be on the school bus with one of my friends, and I was so glad when I got my first 10 followers. And I was like, that was exactly 4 years ago when I was like 10 followers. And now here I am getting sponsorship deals, and people are calling me an influencer to be able, and like the way things move. And it has taken time, taken a lot of hard work, dedication. But it's also like you have to believe in yourself to be able to get to this place.
I am so unbelievably happy for you, Saad. Oh my goodness. Just knowing that, the amount of work you've put in, and you said it, my friend, the self-belief, to be able to go consistently and to look at where you've come, and when you can remember only having 10 followers, and I'm very, very happy for you, Saad. For people who, can't even imagine, what it's like to have sponsors or working with them. Tell me about that. Tell me about one of the first times when, a sponsor reached out to you. First of all, for anyone listening, sorry, would you mind breaking down, like, what is a sponsor exactly? Like, what do they do? How does that relationship work?
So actually, I there's parts of it that I still don't understand myself, and I've been doing this for almost 2.5 years.
I appreciate your
So
honesty.
the first time I got a sponsor request was in 2018, and it's generally so there's a company that wants to be promoted. They reach out to a media agency, and those media agencies reach out to the bloggers and other like influencers in that sense. So with me, generally what they do is they write an article kind of relating to my topic, and they add some link of theirs, and for that, and then basically all I have to do is copy and paste it into my website and then publish it. And generally, they uh, pay me through that per article. However, what I found out recently is that it's so for that Australian media company I'm talking about, they first the media company reached out, an agent reached out to me through the media company, and so my rate is generally around 250 US dollars per article, and
Wow,
quite a lot of
awesome.
the media companies tend to negotiate it down. They're like, oh no, we can only afford $100 or
Of
150.
course, of course.
And this guy was like, no, I can only do 50. But then there's also this whole point of me being like, okay, I won't just reject something because it's not up to my standard. And I should basically, if it's something that's beneficial or it's something that I think could work well in the future, I shouldn't just reject an opportunity just because, oh no, they're not paying me as much as I think I'm worth.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, that's all right. And I agreed to that. However, the media company reached out to me, and they agreed to my $250 immediately. And they said I can change it as well later on.
Wow.
So it turns out that the middlemen in the situation, they generally take away the lion's share of. So I started by getting $15 per article, which at
Interesting.
that time was quite a lot of money. I didn't even think I'd make off anything from this.
Of
And
course.
so it went from 15 to 50, then 80, and then to 100, and
Now, I
so
apologize
on.
for interrupting, Son. What led to these increase? Was it just your growing your following? Was it just, your relationship with them that you've been working for them for so long?
So generally, so I would say I get around 20 to 25 of these like requests per month. and of them I reply to almost everyone. But
Awesome, good.
with my rate, and it's me increasing the rate generally, but for the most part, a lot of these companies, they write their own rate that this is what we want to pay you, and so that is generally what led me to increase my rates as time went on. However, out of those 25 emails that I get per month, only around 5 to 10 of them respond
Mm,
back in general. And of them, I'd say 4 or 5 of them even go through to me getting an article. And it is sometimes static for weeks on end. Like I negotiated a price in an article with someone back in September, and I
wow.
just got the article from them last week.
Holy smokes, man.
So
Wow.
that is a
Dang.
long time to kind of, and I wasn't, and so the last thing I heard was that person saying, "Oh, we're gonna send your article," and they never said anything back after that. So
Thanks.
there's so many of these like similar situations when there's like I have dozens of these emails, but they're static in a sense. They said they're gonna send me articles and they never really respond. So it's like, should I just keep on waiting and
Hmm.
see what
Hmm.
happens? Or so with sponsorships and things like that, like a lot of the times I have gone reached out from a couple of companies, especially now I'm kind of branching out on Instagram and using that as an avenue for promotion and for income. And however, that is a territory I'm not at all familiar with. And like, there's so many questions which I'm have no idea kind of what to say and what to answer. And I don't necessarily know anyone in that situation who's can also kind of help me make those decisions as well. Because I don't know like for example, I was recently asked to fill a form for a company and they want to know my rates for everything. And they're like, how much would you charge for a Instagram post that has one image or versus an Instagram post that has two images?
Oh, wow.
And then there's like it's all these questions, but I'm like, why like what should I like what is in a sense it's also like measuring your own worth. And
Of
I'm like,
course.
so what would I charge? Like how and why? And like there's weird things like how much would you charge for an Instagram story promoting our product?
Mm.
And there's also a point which I'm like, yes, I have worked to grow these followers and can be used, but there's also like this whole thing of really what is this like there's this like uh, lack of understanding with the system in a sense, like how does the system even work, because it's not necessarily something like we're taught about in school, like how much how to like manage an Instagram account. So it is like something you have to really learn by yourself. And I think I'm something that I'm still like it's a process of trying to understand, okay, how does this work.
I absolutely love your humility, Saad. I love one of the things about you is if you don't know an answer, you are much more likely to say, "Hey, Daniel, I really don't know," rather than just trying to make something up in the spot and sound smart. So that's wonderful, and I think Saad, you are providing a lot of value to the people who are going to listen to this. Who I think especially when you said that to someone who has no experience in that world, my thought is going, "Yo, I've never thought about that." An Instagram post with one image, two images, and I can only imagine being in your position. You're going, well, is there a minimum? Like, what is the threshold? What is the bar? Can it be $5? Can it be $500? So I can totally like. Who do you look to for that?
Exactly. Yeah, I know like the big influencers, they charge up to millions of dollars for like a link and like stuff like that. And I'm like, I that's not justifiable in my situation, but what is too high and what is too low is kind of
Hmm.
for me to decide. And I in that situation you can't necessarily even ask the company doing it, because they can either take advantage of you or they just don't know, because for the most part these companies are kind of acting as middlemen and don't really know what the rates are. So it is very much a negotiating thing that you have to do yourself, and I believe it does come with time.